Once upon a time, in a small, weathered town nestled between hills and rivers, there lived a young girl named Ellara. Her childhood was a tapestry of broken threads, a jumbled collection of moments that seemed to fade even before she could fully grasp them. Her earliest memories were not of laughter and play, but of empty rooms, unspoken words, and the hollow echo of footsteps that never came back. Her parents had always been distant, physically, emotionally, and mentally. Her father, lost in the haze of his own battles, found solace in bottles and smoke, and her mother, a woman who had once dreamed of the world, had become a shadow of herself. Alara grew up learning to be quiet, to be invisible, to avoid the chaos that lurked in every corner of her home. In the absence of love, she found solace in books. They were her escape, her windows to other worlds where love was not something that slipped through her fingers like sand, but something that held people together, something warm and full of promise. She dreamed of that kind of love, of the kind that could heal wounds she didn't know how to speak of. By the time she reached her teenage years, Alara had learned to protect her heart. She became a quiet girl, sitting at the back of classrooms, watching the world spin around her with the kind of detached curiosity that came from having seen too much pain and not enough hope. She didn't believe in love anymore. Not the fairy tale kind, anyway. She'd seen it crumble too many times, like an old house built on sand. But then, on a rainy autumn afternoon, when the golden light filtered through the trees like a dream, she met him. His name was Kai. He was new to town, a traveler of sorts, with a smile that felt like a secret. When their eyes met for the first time across the crowded hallway of the library, there was no dramatic music or slow motion. There was just a soft connection, a flicker of recognition, like two souls acknowledging one another from a distance. At first, Alara tried to ignore him. She told herself that people like him, people with light in their eyes, were dangerous for someone like her. But there was something about Kai that disarmed her. He didn't try to fix her, didn't ask her about her past, or make her explain the sadness that clung to her like a second skin. Instead, he simply saw her, really saw her, in a way no one ever had before. One afternoon, as they sat together in the small park by the river, Kai shared stories of the places he had been. His voice was soft, but his words painted vivid pictures of sunsets over foreign mountains, of laughter around campfires, of love that felt real and deep. Ellara listened, captivated by the way he spoke about the world, like it was full of possibility, full of light. And then, almost as an afterthought, he turned to her and asked, "What about you, Ellara? What do you dream of?" She had to pause. No one had asked her that in so long. No one had cared enough to ask. "I dream of being loved," she said softly, her voice barely a whisper. "Not in the way people love out of obligation, or because they have to, but in a way that heals. A love that doesn't leave scars, a love that stays." Kai's gaze softened, and without a word he reached out and took her hand. There was no grand declaration, no promises of forever, but in that simple touch, Alara felt something she hadn't known in years. Something warm, something real. Over time, their friendship bloomed. It wasn't without its struggles. Ilara's heart was a fragile thing, conditioned to protect itself, and there were moments when she pulled away, scared of what it meant to trust someone again. But Kai never pushed. He was patient, always patient, letting her come to him in her own time. He listened to her silences, understood her hesitations, and loved her in a way that was soft but strong. The more they shared, stories, laughter, even the unspoken parts of themselves, the more Alara realized that love wasn't something that could be forced or rushed. It was something that grew, slowly, like a plant reaching toward the sun. The pieces of herself she had hidden away for so long began to heal, slowly knitting themselves back together, like broken glass forming a beautiful mosaic. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, painting the sky in hues of pink and gold, Alara turned to Kai. There were no words this time, just the shared quiet between them, the kind that spoke volumes. I never thought I could feel this, she whispered, her voice trembling. I never thought I could feel loved, not like this, not without the fear. Kai smiled, the corners of his eyes crinkling. You deserve it. You always have. And in that moment, Ellara understood something deeper than the stories in the books she had read, something more real than the fairy tales she had once believed were impossible. Love was not about perfection, nor about erasing the past. It was about finding someone who could sit with you in the darkness, who
Who
could.
can hold your hands and say, I am here, just live moments with me and everything will be fine? I am here to protect you and past is gone now. Let's make beautiful today for memorable tomorrow. I love you. Just hold my hands and forget everything.